Hi, just by clicking on this video, you're breaking the cycle. I am George McNamara. This is Banish the Doubt, and I want to applaud you for clicking on this video. You see, because you came here because something inside of you is saying something has to change. And I want to applaud you for having the courage to break the cycle, to see that something's not right. You see, because, my friend, generations before you have been in a cycle, caught up by this thing we call society. It's a system. It's a system designed to keep you stuck because it's nothing more than your thinking. And maybe something has happened in your life that has forced you to click on this video. Because my fork in the road was a cancer diagnosis about 8 years ago. That was my, wait a minute, I have to break this. I didn't realize it was a cycle at the time, but I got to break this. Something has to change. You see, because from the third trimester, when we were just a fetus, up until age 12, we were in a hypnotic state. Not just you and me, everybody who came here before us. Some of us decided to step outside of that cycle and say, no more. This is I'm taking a step outside the cycle and saying, no more moment. No more limited thinking. No more addictions. It doesn't have to be addiction to alcohol or what society says addiction is: alcohol, sex, gambling, drugs. I'm talking about the addiction to the limited thinking, the addiction to the not seeing myself as enough, worthy enough, deserving enough. So if you are here, I applaud you. This is all about changing the way you've been thinking. You see, because anytime there's a stimulus in your world, how you think of that stimulus, if you react to it, it will control you. It is controlling you just by the fact that you're reacting to it. When you pause and step back and collect your thoughts for a second, you are now in control. You are now responding to that stimulus. And the stimulus could be anything simple. It could be walking into your room and seeing it as what you would consider a mess, disorganized. Where in the past you may have said to yourself, "Oh God, I'm so disorganized. My life is a mess," and it is because your room is reflecting that. But now you may step back and say, "Okay, I'm so thankful that this room is a mess because it is what reminding me of what my thinking has been up until this point." You see, because your world and everybody and everything in it is a beautiful mirror, a truth reflecting back to you what your thinking has been up until that moment. That's the cycle. It perpetuates. It just goes around and around and around. But now you say, okay, starting to become more aware. I'm going to let go of the limited thinking, The thinking that says that I'm not enough, that I am a mess, that I am addicted, that I am whatever. And this society will prey, Prey, prey upon that. It needs you to be in a limited thinking capacity. It needs you to look at your life as a mess because it can control you then. That's why society doesn't like people who step outside of that cycle and say, enough, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to now think for myself, about myself, and I'm going to start to love myself and focus on this love that I have. You see, because the more you start to love yourself and appreciate and deserve and have this deservability and this worthiness and this appreciation and this unconditional love for yourself, then that is what the world will reflect back to you, because your world is, again, just a mirror of your thoughts. And if your thoughts are, no, a person who deserves, a person who is worthy, a person who is loving themselves will not live their life this way. I'm going to develop a rigorous honesty and truthfulness about who I am. Not going to be easy. You will be tested. There will be times. And this is why videos like this are available for you as a sort of undergirding, a foundation. So build your life right now in this moment. Start to build this foundation out of solid concrete. If you would like additional work with this support, you can go to my channel and click on the link that says Coach Geo. Is because it's even in those moments when we surrender and say, yeah, I can't do this by myself. It's okay. We all have coaches. But it's in your thinking in this moment. It is recognizing the thinking of your parents, of how they approached their life. Many, many people I talk to, when I ask them what they do while they're living, not for a living, and not how much money you're making. See, because we don't make money, we generate money, we attract it to us. Many people I talk to say that the job that they have, and job stands for just over broke, is not of their choice. It's not what they would do if everything were fine in their life. Their money was not an issue. They wouldn't be doing that. They wouldn't be working there. And that is a sign that they're caught up in this cycle, this paradigm that Vadim Zeland talked about in his book, Reality Transurfing. See, because when we're doing things that are going against the grain, against who we are, against what makes us happy in every moment, that gives us that sense of authenticity. Eventually, life catches up and trauma takes place in the form of a divorce, in the form of health issues, heart attack, cancer. In my case, it was cancer. It's because we are working against, we are walking against the current. If you would consider, like, think about walking in the ocean. If you've ever been in the ocean, and the undertow is pulling you this way, but you're wanting to walk this way, and the forces are pushing against you. This is what life is like when we're not being authentic and we're not loving ourselves. We're saying, no, I have to go this way because society says I have to go this way. I have to do things this way. And the universe says, no, the current is going this way. And now is our chance to turn around and go with the flow of life, appreciation, love for oneself. And when we do that, there is no effort, there is no struggle, there is no grind, there is no what society calls as their version of success because we are working against or going against the grain. This is why people are burnt out. This is why people have health issues because they're working against the grain, they're working against the current for 20, 30, 40 years of their life. So if this is the change and you're 10 minutes into this video that you've been looking for, welcome. You go to my channel, click on subscribe and the notification bell, and please give this video a thumbs up because it helps with the algorithm. And if you would so like to, you can click on Coach Geo and let's talk some more about why it is you came to this channel. Have a great day.